Good morning, everybody. How is everyone today? It's a glorious morning, as you can see. It's a little bit chilly outside, but the sun is shining and there's barely a cloud in the sky, which is an awesome way to start the day. So you would notice that I put this live up about fundamentals, which is your foundation. So last night in training, we went back to some basic fundamentals. So we were doing some kata and just going back over some of the things that we've learned over the years. Now, sometimes in training you don't get to do all the things all the time, so there are certain aspects that sometimes lapse past and you don't practice them as often as you should. And yes, muscle memory over years and your memory, most of the times you can just pick it up and go through it. But it's amazing how you forget things or you stumble on things, and if you don't have that consistency. Recently with my online business, we've been talking a lot more about fundamentals, about the foundation, daily things, doing everything repetitively, day in, day out, to get that momentum. And I guess this morning I also happened to flick onto my YouTube channel, listen to a bit of Tony Robbins, and what was he talking about today? He's talking about fundamentals and foundations. So, obviously that's something that has just popped up everywhere for me in my life. And after last night, I can see why, because it's giving me a reminder that I need to do the daily steps every day to build that strong foundation. Now, that's what's happened over the last, over 10 years of training in karate. We do all our basics, we do all our fundamental stuff every session, but there's a lot, that's just our standard basics, but there's so much that is actually the foundation that there is some things we just don't always get to do. So what I wanted to sort of talk about, I guess, is why is it so important to have that foundation and those fundamentals day in, day out, and just to broaden the thought process there, because most people will go, oh yeah, but that's only for martial arts. And it's not, because as I was saying, it's recently been coming up in my journey in the online world and doing my online business and stuff like that, about doing those little steps day in, day out, having those little goals, those little wins, and going, yep, I ticked that task off today. Having an order of priority, and it eventually becomes like a second habit. Now, for me in my online world, because in the past I had only been doing it part-time, and it's something that I don't want to do part-time anymore, I do want to take it up a notch, it means that I have to change some of the things that I was doing. So instead of doing some of my fundamental things only once or twice a week, I really now need to focus on doing some things daily. And it's amazing how quickly things change once you start with that consistency of just doing the fundamentals daily. And I guess I knew this, and it's funny how I never implemented what I knew through my karate training and my days with Kyokushin, doing fundamentals all the time. I was training 6 days a week when I was going up until my black belt, previous to some injuries. So I was doing the fundamentals all the time. It's the stuff we just did second nature. But I never put all what I learned there across into my business. So I guess at the moment, guys, just think about where you are at the moment. What are your fundamentals? Without a strong foundation, you can't succeed. And that's all there is to it. And that doesn't matter whether it is sports, whether it is work, whether it is anything in life. You've got to have a strong foundation. Your beliefs are a part of your foundation for you personally. So, just think of it. If you build a house and you put a slab on the side of a cliff, you didn't brace it properly, your foundation is shit and your house is going to fall down. End of story. Okay? That's the same principle in life. You've got to have strong foundations and fundamentals so you can build on that. You look at any great business or any great sports person, Michael Jordan, he did the fundamentals, he did the basics, shooting hoops day in, day out, hundreds, thousands. And yeah, he didn't have success every day. He's an amazing athlete, but he failed more times than he actually succeeded. But he kept at the fundamentals day in, day out, one step at a time. So if it's time to change, it's time to think. You know, every day we get an opportunity to reflect and start new. And it's one thing that I do every morning. I basically wake up and I'm like, well, yesterday was done and dusted. What can I do better to improve on yesterday? You know, some days I have bad days, some days I have great days. I'm human too, you know, and in this massive learning journey, you know, life is about learning. There should not be one day that doesn't go past that you don't learn something. You know, it's what, can't think of the word right now, but it's what adds on. So you're gaining experience, you're gaining knowledge, you're gaining something daily for a bigger, better purpose. All right, guys, well, that's it for me this morning. I just wanted to put those little thoughts in your head and think about, where are you at? Are you doing your fundamentals and building a strong foundation daily? Do you have a plan to do them, maybe not daily, but every 3 days or something like that? Like, everybody's different. We're all on a different path in life. So it's a matter of making it work for you. Have a think about it. See what you're doing. Are you succeeding? If not, maybe have a look at it. All right, guys, that's it for today. Have an awesome Friday. The weekend's coming up. I know some of you are going Friday, and they're happy to get up Friday over and done with. For me, I love Fridays because it means that I get to do what I want on the weekends. I get a lot more free time to work on a lot of things. So have an awesome day. Talk to you all soon.